How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. China is now talking about Trump talking about buying Bitcoin. I want to show you what's happening there. We have news of rate cuts. We have potentially Gary Gensler under investigation. There's a lot going on. I want to go through it. Some of this stuff is true. Some of it seems like it's not certain yet, but let's go through it. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. Also, there's a link underneath the video to Margex. We just went within $15 of the new all-time high. We're very close. Jerome Powell speaking in about an hour from the time of this recording. If you want to trade crypto, there's a link to Margex underneath the video. Take a look at this trade. I put up 1.12 Solana on 20x. This is from a little while ago when Bitcoin was around 60,000. Now it's up 555%. So I now have basically 7.4 Solana. But Solana's gone up from 130 to 195 in this time. This is a trade with Bitcoin, but I use Solana as collateral. So instead of being up 555%, I'm up 555% in Solana, which is actually up about 50% itself. So I'm up about 10x on this trade. This is just nuts, but this is one of the only places where you can trade cryptocurrency like this. I haven't seen another exchange like this where you can change the different assets collateral. So again, if you want to trade Bitcoin, which is a little bit less unpredictable. I think it's more predictable. We're talking about strategic reserve. A lot of people are going to be looking at Bitcoin. We had the ETFs buying. If you want to trade that, you can use different forms of collateral. Like I have Caspa trades, Solana trades, Chainlink trades. Those is collateral on Bitcoin, right? So very cool. Check this out underneath the video. There's also a link to BTCC, which is underneath the video. Like I said, they have hundreds of different altcoins you can trade over on that exchange. Now take a look at this. Bank of England just cut interest rates by 25 basis points to 4.75. This is most likely coming from the US in a few hours as well. It's going to be interesting to see what Jerome Powell says. Maybe he talks, or maybe he gets questions about Donald Trump. Maybe, obviously, he'll get questions about the economy and rates and that kind of stuff. So it will be interesting to see what happens there. Obviously, how he speaks about the economy is going to determine pretty much how the day closes, I think. Okay, now, this has been going around on Twitter. Gary Gensler under investigation hours after Donald J. Trump elected president. I've seen this reposted several times. This is misleading, to say the least, because this is from September 10. I actually saw articles back on the 12th. Gary Gensler under investigation for alleged political favoritism in hiring practices. So if you just read the headlines, you're going to be steered the wrong way. I think Gary Gensler still is probably going to be kicked out by Trump, but who knows at this point. But yeah, this is just a little bit misleading, so I wanted to bring it up. To whom it may concern, this is from Jason Lowry today. Let me skip down to the bottom of this. If you don't know who he is, he's very pro-Bitcoin. He's worked with the government. He's been in the government. He's written a book on the strategic importance of Bitcoin for a country. He says, whatever amount of Bitcoin the U.S. plans to add to its strategic reserves, it isn't enough. Once we recognize that Bitcoin equals bit power, we realize that holding only 1 million units is insufficient for U.S. needs. Okay, that's extremely bullish. Now, he has talked to politicians about Bitcoin before, right? This is not just some permabull. He says the U.S. must secure access to Bitcoin, the world's largest reusable proof-of-work network, by building a robust hashing industry, a U.S. hash force. This doesn't need to be government-led, likely better if it isn't, but government support could help seed it. Similar to how the U.S. Space Force supports commercial launch companies like SpaceX to ensure access to orbit, the U.S. can similarly support a U.S. hash force to ensure access to the ledger. He talks about some other stuff too. U.S. policymakers need clear guidance on the differences between reusable proof-of-work concept or networks like Bitcoin and other crypto or blockchain technologies, which are fundamentally different. Proof of stake. It's unacceptable that the DoD, once a leader in cybersecurity, isn't more proactive in exploring the cybersecurity benefits of proof-of-work networks like Bitcoin. We should be leading this effort and actively funding research in the area. yet currently nothing is done. And he goes on to speak a little bit more about it. Bitcoin represents the use of physical power in watts to secure cyberspace. For the first time, people can achieve cyber sovereignty by physically securing information and digital assets across cyberspace in a trustless peer-to-peer way, similar to how we secure land, sea, air, and space. This is a revolutionary advance in computer theory, and its strategic value is seriously undervalued. Again, this is the person that will be speaking to the president about this in the future. Now, it is interesting too, just to take a step back, JD Vance owns Bitcoin. I saw that he owns anywhere between $250,000 to $500,000 worth of Bitcoin. That's a significant amount. Maybe not towards his net worth, right? But this is someone that owns multiple Bitcoin that is going to be the vice president. A lot of people think he's going to be the future president. Okay? This is really interesting, and I think it's something to remember, right? Now, just days after Trump gets announced president, China Central TV, or CCTV, reports that Trump has promised to make the U.S. the world's Bitcoin and crypto capital and establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. They're reporting this. Keep in mind, too, that we've seen other countries embrace crypto recently. Russia has embraced crypto and is now using it to get around some of the sanctions based in the U.S. The fact is, countries are looking into this. They've already done a ton of research. I think they're going to be buying, and they're going to be buying a lot. You can see Bitcoin just hitting a new all-time high as well. So congratulations. Everyone that's ever bought is in the green, except for the people that bought maybe 1 minute ago. Keep in mind, Bitcoin ETFs yesterday bought $621 million. This is even without BlackRock buying. BlackRock had an outflow yesterday, and they've been buying up hand over fist. So imagine BlackRock has a good day. There could be $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin bought just like that. Now, I will say, we've seen this a lot where one ETF has a really good day and the other doesn't. Like FBTC, I think bought around maybe $300 million worth of Bitcoin yesterday. What I've noticed is that when FBTC has a good day, that's Fidelity's ETF, they have a lot of inflows. BlackRock doesn't have a good day. They either have some outflows, but most likely they have very small inflows or they have a 0 day. And when BlackRock has a really good day, FBTC does not have a good day. They have close to 0 or just small inflows. Maybe this is strategic so that they don't buy $1 billion at one time and shoot up the price. Maybe it's just happenstance. I don't know. Make your own decision on that, but I would not be surprised to see some more heavy inflows. We do have the Fed speaking in a little while, like I said, so we'll have to pay attention to that, see what comes out of that. But this is also interesting. In case you don't own Tesla, I do, and this is one of my largest stock holdings. It actually is my largest stock holding. Bank of America has raised its Tesla price target by 32% to $350 from $265 with a buy rating following this election, saying that they may benefit from a shift to federal regulation of autonomous vehicles, full self-driving nationwide. They're up 3.5% today after being up 14% yesterday. They're up 19% in the last week. They're up 24% in the last month, up 68% in the last 6 months, and over the last 1 year, up 34%. Now, I think this is important for people in crypto too, because Tesla does hold some Bitcoin. If Tesla is doing better, if their stock price is up, they have more access to capital. They don't have to sell their Bitcoin. Maybe they even have better cash flows to be able to support buying some more Bitcoin or something like that. I think this is bullish. I think almost everything coming out right now is bullish. If you're bullish, let me know down below in the comment section. If you want to trade crypto, there's a link underneath the video to Margex. Again, there's no other exchange that allows you to trade different kinds of collateral, right, that I know of. You can trade Bitcoin with Caspa, with USDT, with USDC, with Solana, with Ethereum, with Bitcoin. You can do all that on Margex, and it's a pretty sweet layout, right? It's very simple, very easy to use. There's not 50 different drop downs, and there's that link underneath the video. We will be doing some giveaways in the future as well. And there's a link to BTCC as well, where you do not have to KYC and you can trade hundreds of different altcoins. So check this out underneath the video as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.